Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I have a 2009 Toyota Avensis. It's T270 I think is the generation called. I'm doing a couple of things on it, so I thought to make a video. There aren't many videos on this, so I'm learning as I go along. So what I'm doing is changing the front headlight on the driver's side in this case, and as you can see the tab is broken and there's some other issue as well inside. And also I must replace the front wing as well, or the quarter panel. So the very first thing I've done is to remove the plastic sort of trim bolts here, or clips, and this sort of comes off, as you can see here. Now I'll also have to, I think, move this guy here to move to pry out the bumper as much as I can. So the trick with this is you don't want to pry it too much, so you start by removing a few of the bolts and see if it works for you. Otherwise, start going further, and sometimes it's easier to remove the whole bumper. So I'll see as I go along to what I need to do. But I can safely say that this guy will come off. There's a bolt here, another one here, and let me pick up the light that I have gotten, the lamp, just to show us. There, and there's nothing on this actually. I think that's really it, and obviously you're going to remove a few of the connectors. There's one here, there, and these are your bulb covers sort of. There's another guy there and one for the adjuster there, and in my old one this adjuster is actually what's causing me the issue as well. It has a tapping noise to it. So I'm going to start removing this and we'll see you in a sec. It wasn't as bad as I thought, mainly because of the damage here. So my friend hit a deer and that sort of pushed everything in, and it also damaged the tabs that I'm showing you on the light. Now if you get a tapping noise or a clacking noise when you move up and down the adjusters on your headlights, it's 90% of the time this is the cause, and in our case it's very bad. So we're gonna change the full light, as you can see. So I'll just quickly show you. I just removed this screw here and I was able to pry it out, and then this bit is already out, and then another sort of like all the stuff from the side. In your case you'd have to remove it and just have your friend or someone pull this out, and once you have all the connectors removed, whatever it is, once you have all that removed and everything here, you should be able to lift up the headlight. And I think in my case it was reasonably easy to take that out. So I am going to, I think, get onto the wing first, and once I have that I might put in the light then and see how that goes. Another tip for you guys here. So if you're replacing this, or even if you're buying a second-hand part like I did, you will have to salvage this blue wire here. So there's no sort of direct connector here from the body's harness to the light. It is actually a wire going around. You'll have to pry it out and sort of pry this connector out as well. I think there's sort of a tab there inside. I won't be able to show you, but I'm just explaining here, so it helps you to salvage this cable out for your other new second-hand part. I've started to tackle the wing. So this trim, I've removed it. It goes like this, and just this hole here is where there's a sort of a clip there. Once you remove it, it comes off. There's some clips right under the bottom, but I just basically pull out once you remove this guy. After that there's 1 and 2 10 mils, and then there's another plastic cover that goes on here, this guy basically. So I pried that off. It goes in with these plastic clips. Make sure you don't lose them. And then there's 2 10 mils there, and then I've noticed there's one around here behind the door, but that's actually gone from this side. So I was expecting anyway to remove this fender, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to completely remove it. The front has been removed already, but I'm going to remove the left side, and then we might have to do something under there as well with the skirts. And just another thing on the front, so once you remove this, the bumper, once you pry this off, there is a plastic sort of a piece there that receives this, but it also gets stuck to the wing with these 3 sort of holes there. So if I was to show you that as well, guys, is this here, it sort of sits like this there. As you can see, the bumper sort of goes into the top tabs there, and that's removed as well, which exposes these 2 10mm bolts as well, so they're holding this on. So after removing a few of these obvious screws, 2 there, 2 there, I haven't gotten inside just yet, but I've figured out there's a screw underneath this trim panel as well. So I'm gonna just do a cheap trick here just to try and pry it up and quickly remove it with my electric ratchet. You guys might have to remove some of that front cowl there. I think there's some trim screws there as well that you can remove the trim clips, and this lifts up. So I might actually try and do that as well if my trick doesn't work out. A good 10-15 minutes later, I think, there's a couple of things that you guys need to do. You can see I've turned the wheel around to the right, and then you have to get, there's a small tiny Phillips screw that you remove here for the skirt, and then pull the skirt out as well. This gave me a good comfortable area to work with. And to also do this, it's not only in the front, there's a couple of trim clips as you can expect on the bottom as well. And then I have removed this guy as well a good bit, probably not completely, maybe you should. And then there was a screw hole in the mud guard as well, a 10mm. I've removed this guy as well. And then this was the most funny one. So that's why you have to put the skirt away, is there's another 10mm here, and would you believe it was covered in paint and lacquer and all that, so there was a good thick layer which I had to improvise to sort of pry off with a little pick tool. And then also, which is the worst thing that I don't like, so once you pry this out, to get to the bolt, which you can easily see there now, you have to actually remove this trim piece out. Now I was able to pry it out. I don't know how it's going to go back in. You can see that these little clips, they should clip into something, so God help me now once I'm putting it back. So if I was to actually take it off on camera, I think I won't be able to, because I've removed some of the paint on that. The thing should come off. So there's some stuff there, there's some stuff on the top, there's 2 there, and I was able to just pry this off and unscrew this guy. And then, as I explained to you, there's stuff holding it to the frame as well there. Finally, after a lot of struggle, it's not a very sweet job, to be honest, but I've gotten it in reasonably decent. It's pretty much smooth lined up there, sitting okay. Now basically you're putting everything back, as you have taken out a lot of clips inside the liner, a lot of stuff going on here, and I actually had to straighten out where this actually goes in. So the 2 screws that go here, the metal ones, there's a tab behind it joined to the body, which in our case was bent in, so I had to bend it out. Still not perfect, but if I went any further I would be sort of risking breaking it, and the outer and the inner clip is broken, so I didn't bother doing too much, but the internals are pretty good, the inner ones. And the light sort of got in as well, and I put the bumper on afterwards. So now it's time to align it. I have the tool here, and I'm gonna just do that and call it an evening. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like if you have actually liked it and it helped you, and we'll see you in another video.